Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Caticus. Let me get my mic right here. This is Caticus, and today I'm going to give you a tour of my studio. If I keep looking over there, it's because that's where the camera is, or that's where the screen is. I'm going to give you a tour of my studio today, including all the equipment that I have in it, and a little demo of each one. Some of the things aren't plugged in like the OP one, but you've all heard it 1,000 times before. So, without further ado, let's get to the demo of the stuff, or let's have a look at the stuff, the gear. Okay, see you guys in a second. Okay, so first and foremost, you can see my MPC Live. That is what I use as the heart of my studio, because I don't have a computer like DAW set up. My computer's in the other room, and I just don't really like using computers. So I use the MPC Live for all my sequencing and stuff like that. My monitors are the iLoud micro monitors. They're small and they're simple to use, and they sound pretty good. So yeah, you'll have to take my word for it. They're not hooked up at the moment because my phone's hooked up. Over here, starting with this gear, this is the Medusa. Dreadbox Medusa, and out of all my gear, I probably regret buying it the most. It's a decent little sequencer and synthesizer, but it's got its problems, and it's, I don't know. It's maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. Here's a little demo of the sound. So that's the sequencer and the like synth working right there. It's pretty cool. Moving on over here, you see the OP1, which isn't currently hooked up, and the Make Noise O-Coast. I bought that thing as my like testing out of modular to see if I'd like it or not. And to be honest with you, modular is just not my thing, but it's a neat little toy. Down here is the newest addition to my studio, which is the Access Virus TI1 or TI Polar. And it's a pretty fantastic synthesizer. Let me press a few keys for you. I'm kind of juggling the microphone and the phone and the camera at the same time, so excuse me for the bad angles. Ooh, so spacey. Moving along, this is the OB6. A classic sounding like 80s, 70s, and 80s synthesizer for like sci-fi and synthwave and stuff, and I quite love it. Let me just turn the volume up on it. One sec. All right, here we go. Try another patch. And it has a built-in sequencer, and each patch has its own sequence, and you can rewrite that sequence. So quickly press play here. Oh my God. That might not have been the best sequence ever. Okay, moving along here. This is the Roland TR-8S, and it's a drum machine, of course. I really suck at drums, to be honest with you, so this is another piece of gear that I kind of regret buying, not because it's a bad thing. It's a pretty awesome machine. It's just I suck at using it. To give you an example, here's one of the only beats that I put on it. That's it. That's, I mean, I've got a couple more beats on it, but they all suck just as bad. So, yeah, it's neat. It's a drum machine. Moving along. This here is the Novation Peak, and it's one of my favorite synthesizers. It's 3 digital oscillators and then a bunch of analog pathways, and it sounds pretty fantastic. Let me just turn its volume up. One sec. Okay, let's hear what she has to do. I gotta go over to the keyboard here. It's got excellent built-in reverb, delay, and chorus. The effects are fantastic. There's only 3 effects, but the settings are pretty good on them, and the reverb is just to die for. It's an absolutely fantastic synthesizer. I would show you more patches, but I'm juggling too many fingers with too many devices, or not enough fingers with whatever. You get the point. Moving along, here is the Roland MC808. I'm a bit of a fan of groove boxes. I really like devices that can do entire songs in one device, and the Roland MC808 is one such device. It's a fantastic device. It's got like motorized sliders and stuff. Give me a second. I'm gonna put the microphone down and I'm gonna play with it a little bit. Okay? Oops, not me. Okay, so as you can hear, that's got a pretty diverse sonic ability. You write all the parts, like each part you can assign an instrument or a drum pack to, and then you record in step or real-time recording of whatever you want for the melody or the bass line or the beat and stuff. It's pretty fantastic. There's 8 or 9 melodic things, like synthesizers and stuff, and then either 10 to 16 or 11 or 9 to 16 is all the beat stuff, and you can put in different multiple like drum packs and stuff. It's very cool. It's a very cool device. Yeah, I quite like it. Anyway, moving on. Over here you can see this is the only effects pedal that I have. That is the Eventide H9 Max, and it's a pretty fantastic effects box. Let me see if I can give you a little show. Turn on the effects there. Ooh, that's the black hole one. There's a whole bunch of effects on there. It's quite an excellent effects package or effects box, and yeah, I like it. Moving on, here is the Korg EMX1 and another groove box. It's got beats and melodies and synthesizers and stuff like that, and you can construct things and you can adjust things, and it's got 2 little tubes in the back there that mean it's extra special cool. And I'll quickly play you a little pattern. That's enough of that. Built-in effects and all that stuff, and it's pretty cool. It's very cool. All right, moving on to my 2 big guys here. This here is my Jupiter 80, and I got this because I lusted after it for a while. It is, I mean, it's not a Jupiter 8, obviously, even though it tries to take aspirations from it or inspirations from it, but it is a pretty decent sounding synth. It sounds pretty wonderful. Let me put the microphone down so I can press a few keys on it and show you the sonic capabilities. It's a fantastic sounding synth. One sec here. So as you can see here, it sounds quite fat. That's just one patch. The cool thing about this is that it's all about layering different sounds. So when you like create a registration up here, which is one of the blue rectangles, you're actually combining like up to 32 different sounds to create one registration, and you can play each sound individually, or you can put them all together at once to come up with some really like weird sounds, like synthesizers mixed with piano and violin and stuff as a single note. It's fantastic. Anyway, moving on to the last piece of my studio, and that is the Moog Voyager XL. As you can see, it's a big, beautiful maple wooden electronic beast, and it sounds pretty fantastic. And if you give me a second, I'll put down the microphone again and play a few notes. This is a mono synth, so I can't press a bunch of keys at the same time, which is good because I only have like one finger to use at the same time. Give me a sec here. As you can see, the difference between the Voyager XL and the Voyager like regular non-XL is that there's a patch bay on here, and there are many possibilities that you can do with setting up how the keys behave, or how the ribbon behaves, or how the mod wheel behaves, and blah blah blah, and how wave shapes and stuff. It's pretty cool. This patch that I've set up right here affects the filter cutoff and wave shape according to how hard I press the aftertouch. So it's kind of cool to just be able to jam your fingers in there and change the wave shape and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much the whole studio. I haven't mentioned the mixers. I have two mixers because there's just too much stuff for the first mixer that I got. So then I got that one. And yeah. So this is my studio, and I'm very glad that you guys had the chance to check it out. And there's outside my studio. Hello, China. And there's, yeah. Thank you guys very much for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, then leave them in the bottom in Simon the Magpie's comment section. And by the way, thank you very much to Simon the Magpie and anybody else involved in editing and stuff for letting me host this video on your channel. That is fantastic. So grateful, so grateful. Anyway, this is Caedicus, out.